Part 1 China, a land of the Asian destiny. A futuristic skyline and a land where snow-covered mountains touch at the edge of the sky, where vast deserts stretch beyond the horizon, and where the river have shaped the civilization for thousands of years. More than 1.4 billion people call the nation home. Across its immense territory, over 50 ethnic groups preserve tradition have eroded throughout the countless generations, from the icy frontier of the north and the tropical shore of the south. China is a country extraordinary contrast, a place where the past and the future exist side by side. Welcome to China, a civilization flourished for more than 5,000 of years. These islands are where empires once ruled from magnificent palaces, where the merchants traveled thousands of kilometers along the Silk Road, and where the philosopher shaped ideas that continue to influence millions of the people around the world. To the west rise the towering peaks of Himalaya, home to some of the highest mountains of the planet. Here, glaciers feed mighty rivers that flow across the Asia, sustaining hundreds of millions of lives. Beyond these mountains lies of the vast Tibet Plateau, often called the roof of the world, where the air is thin and the horizon seems endless. Travel northward, and scenery changes dramatically. Endless grasslands roll across the Inner Mongolia, while deserts such as Gobi create landscapes of the wind-carved rock and the golden dunes. In winter, temperatures can be plunged far below freezing, transforming entire region into a frozen kingdom. To the south, however, a different China emerged. Dense forests, subtropical mountains, and the fertile valley create an environment rich in biodiversity. Along the coastline, modern cities rise above the busy port that connect to China to the rest of the world. Throughout history, geography has played a critical role in shaping this nation. Two great rivers, the Yellow River and the Yang River, became created China's civilization. For thousands of years, these waterways supported agriculture, trade, and cultural exchange. But China is far more than geography. It is a country remarkable achievement in innovation. Many of the inventions that transform human history are recognized here. Paper, printing, gunpowder, and the compass all emerged from the Chinese ingenuity, changing the course of the civilization forever. Long before many parts of the world developed complex societies, Chinese scholars, engineers, and craftsmen is creating technology that would influence generations to come. Ancient temples still stand beneath the shadow of the modern skyscraper. Traditional tea houses continue to welcome visitors even as the high-speed train race across the countryside at incredible speed. Scary mountains attract pilgrims just as they have for the century, while nearby cities lead the world in innovation and technology. Nowhere the contrast more visible than in China's urban center. Cities such as Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou and have become a symbol of modern ambition. Towering buildings illuminate the night sky, advancing transportation systems connect millions of people each day, and technological innovation shape everyday life. Yet within this same city, hidden alleys, historic neighborhoods, and a century of old landmarks preserve the memory of area. China is also a nation deeply connected to culture. Its festival transforms entire city into an ocean of color and light. During a Lunar New Year, families travel vast distances to rent it, creating the largest annual parade on Earth. Lantern Festival illuminated Asian streets. The Dragon Dance celebrated prosperity and tradition passed down through the generation and continue to unite the community. But beyond the famous landmark and the natural wonder lies something even more than remarkable China history relations. Through the long history, this civilization has witnessed the rise and fall of dynasties, periods of the poverty and hardship, moments of the transformation and renewal. Yet, through every challenge, it continued to evolve while maintaining the profound connection it wrought. Today, China stands as one of the most influential nations on the planet. It is a country where ancient wisdom meets modern innovation, where landscapes range from the desert and the tropical island. and where the very gradient and unique seem into the civilization unlike any other. Together, we will travel across the vast desert and the soaring mountain. We will explore the ancient capital, hidden village, breathtaking nature landscape, and one of the most extraordinary places on earth. From the Great Wall to the peak of the Tibet, from the modern skyline of Shanghai to the timeless of beauty Guilin, we're about to experience the many faces of China. A nation shaped by history, a civilization defined by resilience, a land where each horizon tells a story. Welcome to China. Part 2. Beijing. At the heart of the northern China lies a city that shaped the destiny of a nation for the century. Beijing, the capital of China, is the place where imperial grandeur and modern ambition coexist in remarkable harmony. For more than 800 years, emperors ruled vast territory from this city. Their legacy remains visible and magnificent Forbidden City, the largest imperial palace complex in the world. Behind the towering red wall and the golden roof, 24 emperors of the Ming and the Qing Jing designated government an empire that once represented one of the most powerful civilizations on earth. Just beyond the palace stands Tiananmen Square, one of the largest public squares in the world. Here, history unfolds on a monument scale, surrounded by some of the nation's most important landmarks. Yet building is far more than a living museum. It is narrow Houghton alleyways, a tradition courtyard, home preserved and rim of the old China. Elderly residents gather to play chess, while the aroma of freshly prepared dumplings drifts throughout the air. Rising above the city, meanwhile, modern skyscraper culture as center and high-speed transportation network and reveal China's transformation on the global powerhouse. Perhaps now where is Beijing's significance is more evident than along the Great Wall, stretching across the mountain north of the city. Is the legendary structure and stands as a symbol of decimation, inquiring and enduring. It is here, between the ancient world and modern skyline, that the story of China truly begins. Part 3. The Great Wall. Winning across the mountain, desert, and the remote valley, the Great Wall of China is one of the humanity's most extraordinary achievements, stretching for thousands of kilometers across northern China. This colossal structure has stood as a symbol of the strength and the preserved for a century. Construction began more than 2,000 years ago, when various kingdoms built defensive walls to protect their territory. Over time, successive destinations expanded and connected these fortifications, creating a vast network that survives today. Seen from afar, the world appears now to float like the storm dragon across the landscape. A climb-step mountain rise, descend into a deep valley, and disappear beyond the distant horizon. Every watchtower will tell a story of a soldier, a messenger, and a frontier life in an era where the security of an empire depended upon the village. Near Beijing, one of the most impressive selections have been carefully restored here. Visitors can walk along ancient pathway patrolled by Imperial Guard. The view are breathtaking, expected at sunrise. The golden gold line spread across the mountain and illumination, the ancient stone. Yet the Great Wall is far more than meteoric structure. It represented the determination and the generation who shaped the China history through efficient labor and sacrifice today. It remains one of the world's most recognizable landmarks and a powerful reminder of the civilization that built it. From this simple of enduring our journey now continue westward to China's oldest capital. Part 4. Xi'an. Long before Beijing became China's political center, another city stood at the heart of the empire. Xi'an, one of the most oldest cities in China, served as the capital for 13 destinations and marked as the beginning of the legendary Silk Road. For centuries, merchants departed from the city carried silk, tea, porcelain, and countless other treasures across the desert and the mountain toward Central Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Through the exchange, Xi'an became a crosses culture, religion, and idea. Today, remains that glorious past can still be found throughout the city. Massive ancient walls surrounded the historic center, standing as a some of the best preservation city influences in the world. Within them, bustling market and tradition street continue to echo with the spirit of the earlier century. Yet, Xi'an, the greatest treasure, lie beneath the earth. In 1974, farmers digging a well-made and astounding discovery. Hidden underground was an army unlike any other. Thousands of the life-size terracotta warriors created more than 2,000 years ago toward the tomb of the China First Empire, Queen Shi Huang. Each shoulder possesses a unique facial feature, expression, and detail, reflecting an extraordinary level of craftsmanship. Standing in silent formation and in providing a remarkable light into the power of ambition of the ancient China. Xi'an is more than a historic city. It's the gateway into the origin of Chinese civilization, where the echoes of empire and trade still resounded through time. Part 5. Shanghai. If Beijing represents China's emperor's past, Shanghai embodies its vision of future. Rising from the bank in mighty Yangtze River Delta, its metropolis has transformed into one of the most dynamic and influential cities on earth. Just a century ago, Shanghai was already a gateway between China and the world. Merchants, explorers, and entrepreneurs arrived from distant continents, helping shape the cities like any other nation. Their influences can still be seen along Bund, the historic waterfront. Their elegant eruption-style building overlook the Huangpu River. Across the water, however, a completely different skyline emerged. The district of Pudong rises like a city from the future. Towering skyscrapers pierce the cloud, including the iconic Shanghai Tower, one of the tallest buildings in the world. At night, countless lights and illuminated skyline transforming riverfront into a spectacular display of the color innovation. Yet beneath its modern appearance, Shanghai remains deeply connected to the cultural root. Traditional garden, ancient temple, and historic neighborhoods survive among the glass tower, preserving fragments of the much of older China. The city is also a center of the commerce, technology, fashion, and influence, attracting talent from every corner to globe. Millions of the people move throughout the district a day, contributing to the energy that never seems to fade. Shanghai is symbiosis to transformation, a place where history processes side by side. From this futuristic metropolis, our journey now leads leeward to one of China's most breathtaking natural landscapes, Guilin. Part 6. Guilin. Among all of China's natural wonder, few landscape is instantly recognizable as Guilin. Located in the Guangxi region, southern China, this extraordinary area famous is for dramatic karst mountain, which rise abruptly from the earth like ancient stone pillars sculpted by time itself. For centuries, poets and painters have drawn inspiration from this landscape. Chinese artists often describe Guilin as the very definition of the natural beauty, a place where mountain, river, and the cloud exist in perfect harmony. At the center of the Scenic flows the Li River, one of the most beautiful waterways in the world. As the river winds through the countryside, towering limestone peaks emerge from the mist, creating scenes that seem almost unreal. Every bend of the reveals a new panorama, where the fishermen glide across the calm water and bamboo groves line the riverbank. The region changes character with the season. In spring, soft fog drift among the mountains, create an ethereal atmosphere. During summer, lush vegetation blanket in the landscape, vibrant shading gold and green. Autumn brings golden light across the valley, while winter accidentally covers the peak of the delicate frost. Beyond the natural beauty, Guilin offers glimpses into a rural China, tradition valleys, rice fields, and the century-old custom to shape daily life through the region. It's a landscape that feels timeless. The nature remains a true adjective of every view. From Guilin legendary mountain, our journey followed the Li River southward to the enchanted countryside of Jiangsu. Part 7. Yangshuo, south of the Guilin, where the Li River continued the gracious journey through the countryside, lies Yangshuo, a destination celebrated for some of the most picturesque landscape of all China. Here, the hundreds of karst peaks rise from the fertile valleys like giant stone islands suspended in a sea of green, unlike the dramatic urban skyline I've found elsewhere in the country. Yangshuo offers a world shaped most entirely by nature. The countryside unfolds in direction through the rice paddy, bamboo, forest, winding river, and quiet village. Farmers still coveted their land using method passing down through the generation, preserving tradition have defined life here for centuries. One of the Yangshuo most iconic sights appeared at dawn, as the morning mist breathed above the Yulong River. Bamboo rafts glide silently across the water. The surrounding mountains reflect upon the river's surface, creating a sense that seems more like painting than reality. Cycling through the rural paths is among the most rewarding experiences in the region. Ancient stone bridges connect village, while narrow roads weave through the field where the water buffalo graze peacefully beneath the towering peak. As evening arrived, the landscape transformed once again. Soft light settled across the valley, and the mountain became dark and still housed against the colorful sky. Yanghu revealed a quieter side of China, one where nature remained the center of the everyday life and where the beauty found in the simplest moment. Zhangjiajie, deep within the mountain of the Hunan province lies the landscape of the soul, the extraordinary that appear into the belong to another world. Zhangjiajie is a home to the thousands of the towering sandstone pillars that rise dramatically from the forest floor, creating one of the most unique nature wonders on earth. For millions of years, wind, rain, and geological force sculpted this formation into the breathtaking shape it sees today. Sim's pillars soar more than 200 meters above the surrounding valley, disappearing into a cloud that drifts across the mountain. The central granite, a worldwide genre record after the inspiring floating mountain feature and a film Avatar. Yet, the even more stunning photographic structure to capture the true scale of the beauty and a remarkable place. Suspended or walkway cling to the cliff high above the forest, offering a unforgettable view across any peak. Glass bright stretched over the canyon and allowing visitors to experience the landscape from astonishing perspective. Unmissed on opponent, the Sampila emerged from a sea of cloud, creating an absolute that entire mountains are floating in the sky. Beyond the famous viewpoint, Shanghai is also rich by the diversity. Dense forests provide habitat for countless plants and animals, making the region both geological treasure and archaeological sanctuary. From this legendary mountain, our journey now continues to westward of a city famous throughout the world for one of the most devoted residents, the giant panda Chengdu. Chengdu, nestled within a federal sage's basin, Chengdu is the city where the ancient tradition, rich culture, and nature wonder become to a remarkable harmony. For more than 2,000 of years, it has served one of the Western China's most important cultures in a harmonic center. Yet the many visitors, Chengdu is known for one extraordinary resident, the giant panda. Surrounded by misty mountains and a dense bamboo forest, Xian province is a home to the majority of the worldwide giant panda. At the Chengdu Research Base of the giant panda breeding, conservation work tirelessly to protect these beloved animals and ensure their survival for future generations. Watching a panda climb bamboo stalk, play with combination, and peacefully enjoy meal after glimpse into one of the nature enduring creature. Their gentleering appearance had made them an international symbol of wildlife conservation. Beyond the panda, Chengdu revealed another side of the identity, The city's most relaxed pace rarely found in a modern megacity. Tradition tea house and remain central to daily life, where residents gather to drink tea, playing games, and exchanging stories beneath the shade of the country sea. Chengdu is also a birthplace of Xi'an cuisine, famous for both bold flavor and distinctive spice. Restaurants throughout the city service dishes have become celebrated around the world, combining culture, history, gastronomy, and wildlife. Chengdu offers an experience unlike any other in China. From home and the giant panda, a now journey leads to one of the largest stone statues ever created by the human, the legend giant Buddha. Legend giant Buddha, at the meeting point of the three rivers in the Xian province stand one of the most astounding monument carved ever from stone, the Xi'an giant Buddha, towering 71 meters above the water below. It is the largest Asian stone Buddha statue in the world. Construction began during the Tang Dynasty and the 8th century. Viewed from the river, the statue appeared almost impossible scale. Its shoulders are broad enough to support crowned people, while it is taller than average adult. Every detail was carefully designed, from the series of expression on Buddha's face interacting the writing system hidden with the structure. The Xi'an giant Buddha is more than a statue. It is testament to faith, patience, and human determination. From the moment of achievement, our journey now heads toward to the colorful lakes and the waterfall of the Guilin Valley. Hidden among the mountain northern stretches lies a peaceful, beautiful that it often feels more like a dream reality. Valleys, whose name the Valley of the Nine Village, is one of the China's most spectacular nature treasures in the UNESCO World Heritage Site, stretching across the landscape world forest, waterfall, and crystal clear lakes. Zhangjiajie is famous for its extraordinary color. The water here displays shades the turquoise, emerald, sapphire, and the deep blue so vivid that visitors often struggle to believe they are nature. The secret lies in the valley's unique geology and mineral deposit, pure mountain water. The fallen tree trunks resting the beneath surface combine to creating the dazzling underwater world visible through the astonishing clarity of the lake. Through the valley, waterfalls cast between the forested slope. Among the most famous Narong waterfall, a broad curtain of water spans nearly the entire width of the valley. During autumn, a crimson leaf frame this fall, transform the landscape into a masterpiece color. Wildlife also thrives in the surrounding mountain. Rare species, including the golden snub-noses, monkey, and giant panda, inhabit the remote forest beyond the remaining tourist route. Every season reveals a different character. Spring brings fresh greenery, summer offers vibrant forest, autumn paints the valley into brilliant color, and winter transforms the scenery into the frozen island. From the magical lakes to the forest, our journey now climbs higher toward to the legendary city of Lhasa in Tibet. High upon the vast Tibetan plateau, more than 3,600 meters above the sea level, lies one of the most spiritual cities in Asia. Lhasa, whose name the place of the gods, has served the century legends from the cultural heart of Tibet. Surrounded by snow-capped and a mountain image and open landscape, the city possesses an atmosphere unlike anywhere else in China. The air is thin, the skies are remarkably clear, and every corner reflects a deep connection between faith and Part 8. Hangzhou. For centuries, traveler, poet, and emperor have praised Hangzhou as one of the most beautiful cities in China, located at the southern end of the Asian Grand Canal. This elegant city is the best known for one extraordinary landmark, West Lake. Surrounded by gentle hills, historic temple, garden, and pagoda, West Lake has inspired countless works of the China art and literature. Its beauty is subtitled rather than overwhelming, revealing itself through reflection, seasonal color, and colorful balanced landscape that blend nature with human design. At dawn, a thin veil of the mist often rips across the water, softening the outline of bridge and distant hill. Small boat glide style lead across the lake while willow trees sway gently along the shoreline. The scenes appear almost unchanging from painting created 100 of years ago. Among the lake's most famous landmark of the Laughing Pagoda, those hammers rise above the southern shore. Nearby the parkway and the visitor drop garden can be lotus flower blooms during the summer, flowing the air with a delicate fragrance. Beyond its scenic beauty, Hangzhou has long been associated with the prosperity and culture and the surrounding region produced some China's most celebrated green tea, including renowned Longjing tea, cultivated on nearby hillside for generations. Today, modern development has transformed part of the city, yet its historic charm remains remarkably intact. Hangzhou is a place where elegance, history, and nature exist perfect harmony. Suzhou, often called the Venice of the East, Suzhou is the city where the water, architecture, and tradition have been intertwined for more than 1,000 years. Located west of Shanghai, the historic city famous for the great volcano, elegant garden, and a timeless atmosphere. For centuries, merchants traveled through the South Waterway, transporting silk, tea, and other value goods across the eastern China. Stone bridges connected to the neighborhood, while narrow canals became the lifeline and the daily commerce. Even today, many of these ancient waterways remain remarkable and well preserved. Yet, Suzhou has greatest treasure in the glacial weather. Among the most famous is Humboldt Administration Garden, a masterpiece that landscape designed recognizes an UNESCO World Heritage. And every corner reveals a new perspective working through the Suzhou old quarter feel like stepping back in time. Whitewashed house line quiet canal, traditional wooden boat reef beneath the stone bridge, and a century of history remain visible in daily life. From the tranquil canal garden, our journey now rises toward to one of China's most legendary mountain landscapes, Huangshan. Huangshan, rising above the cloud of the eastern China, Huangshan is a yellow mountain. It's one of the most celebrated natural wonders in the country. For more than 1,000 years, this dramatic scenery has inspired poets, painters, and philosophers, becoming a symbol of the beauty found within traditional Chinese art. The mountain range is famous for founding defining features, ascent pine trees, an peak, hot spring, and the spectacular seas of cloud that often surrounding the summit. Together, these elements create a landscape extraordinary that they appear most mythical. Many of Huangshan's pine trees claim its possibility to step cliff. Their twisted branches shaped by century and wind and weather. Among them, the most famous Guilin gust pine, which seems to welcoming traveler arriving at the mountain. As a visitor ascends higher, the scenic becomes increasingly dramatic. Sharp and inner peaks emerges through the layered drifting mist, creating an illusion of the island floating above the endless wide ocean. At sunrise, golden light illuminated the cloud, transforming the entire landscape into a breathtaking masterpiece. Throughout the history, scholars journey into Hangshan, seeking inspiration and spiritual reflection. The mountain sense atmosphere encourages contemplation, while its ever-changing scenery reveal nature power and elegance. From the mist-covered peak and yellow mountain, our journey now leads to one of China's most enchanting Asian towns, Fenghuang. Nestled among the mountains of the human province, Fenghuang, meaning Phoenix Town, is one of the most enchanting historic settlements in China. With a traditional wooden house, stone streets, and river settings, the town appears most untouchable by time. Founded more than 300 years ago, Fenghuang is developed a modern culture and a trading center of the various ethnic communities, including the Miao and the Tujia, the people. Their tradition, custom, and architecture continue to shape the character of the town all day. The lifeblood of Fenghuang is the Tuojiang River, which flows gently through its heart. Guilin still house and stand along the river bank, their reflection shimmering and the calm water below. Small boats giant the bend as ancient boat, creating a sense that resembles painting to another area. Beyond its beauty, the Feng Huang is offered glimpse into traditional Chinese life, narrow alleyways, and a lead to the local market, family-run shop, and a century-old courtyard where daily routine continue much that they have for generations. The town is combination architecture, national scenery, and cultural heritage is one of the most picturesque destinations in the country. From the Asian for Cham Feng Huang, our journey now traveler hard far north to the city transformed each winter spectacular kingdom of the ice and snow, Harbin. New China northern frontier, where the winter along the temperature frequently plunges far below freezing, lies a city unlike any other in the country. Harbin, the capital, and Heilongjiang province is the famous transformation ice and snow into work and art from monumental scale. Founded as a railway hub in the late 19th century, Harbin developed under influence of the various cultures, particularly Russian architecture and tradition. This unique history remains visible today in the city's grand Babel, elegant churches, and distinct buildings. During winter, however, Harbin could become truly extraordinary. Each year, enemies block ice and harvest frozen Shanghai River and used to reconstruct an entire city of ice castle, and the brightest sculptures rise above a landscape, illuminated at night by the vibrant color that create a magical spectacle. Beyond the festivated, Harbin offers fascinating blend of culture. Says Sophia Carrero, where is a striking onion-shaped reflection historical connected with Russia, while bustling market and tradition neighborhood showcase its Chinese identity. From the frozen northern wonderland, our journey now heads west to the vast of the desert of the northern China, tower of the ancient oasis of the Zhonghuang. Part 9. Yonghuang. At the edge of the vast Gobi Desert, where endless dome meet the Asian trade routine, lies one of the most historical significant cities in Asia. Yonghuang was one of the driving oases along the Silk Road, serving the gateway between China and civilization of Central Asia, the Middle East, and beyond. For centuries, merchant, pilgrim, scholar, and explorer passes remote the carrying silk. Today, the city's most celebrated treasure is Mogao Caves, carved into the sandstone cliff over the period of 1,000 years. These caves contain some of the world's finest collection of the beauty art. Thousands of the mural and sculpture preserve story, belief, and the artistic tradition that flourished along the Silk Road. Not far, the cave rises into the famous singing stand desert. Driven by the desert wind and the sun sometimes produces deep humming sounds, creating an eerie and forgettable atmosphere. At their base lies the Carrot Lake, a small oasis has survived among the dunes and for centuries despite an harsh desert environment. At the sunsets over the Gobi, golden light transform into the landscape and into the sea and fire of the shadow. The silence of the desert becoming almost overwhelming. Yonghuang is a place where history, spirituality, and nature covering from this legendary story of oasis. Our journey now continues westward to the ancient trading city of the Kashgar. Far is the western regions of China. Near the border of Central Asia lies a city unlike any other. Kashgar has stood more than 2,000 years as one of the most important crossroads along the Asian Silk Road, connecting east and west through trade, culture, and exploration. Surrounded by desert, mountain, and a vast open landscape, Kashgar developing as a vital oasis where the traveler could rest before continuing their journey across some of the world's most challenging terrain. Merchants arrived from a peninsula, India, Arabia, and China, bringing goods, language, relation, and tradition shape the city's unique identity. Even today, Kashgar feels different from much from China. Its architecture, cuisine, and custom reflect the century of the cultural exchange. This historic old city is made from of the narrow street, mud brick house, living market, and a workshop where traditional craft continue to thrive. Beyond the city rise an Asia's most dramatic landscape. Snow-covered peak and Pamir Mountain dominate the horizon, while Asian caravan routine disappear into a distant preserve. From this legendary Silk Road city, our journey now turns southward toward on one of the most spectacular urban skyline, Hong Kong, where the towering skyscraper meet the mountain and one of the most busiest harbor. Hong Kong stands as one of the most Asia's most remarkable urban landscape. Located on China coast, and this global metro is one of the places where East and West have blended more for more than a century. Above the harbor rise of the famous skyline on Earth, glass towers and modern skyscrapers dominate the waterfront, creating a spectacular sense that becomes even more impressive after the sunset when thousands of the lights illuminated the city. Yet Hong Kong is more than urban landscape. Beyond the den of the city center, Frosted Mountain, hidden beaches, and the scenic island reveal surprising connected to nature. From Victoria Peak, visitors can admire breathtaking view of the harbor, surrounding island and the endless sky below. Hong Kong represents energy, diversity, and an opportunity. A city that's constantly evolving while preserving influences that shaped the remarkable visitor by the character. From the dazzling harbor metropolis, our journey now continues across the Pearl River Delta to the historic crossroad in East and West Macau, on the southern coast of the China, where century marine trade the continent and Asian and Europe. Like the city with a cultural identity unlike walking through the history center feel like traveling between the continent. Cobblestone streets, wind past colorful colony building, elegant churches, and traditional Chinese temple. The architecture tell the story of the city shaped by merchants, missionaries, and sailors and travelers for distant lands. Among the Macau's most famous landmarks are the ruins of St. Paul, one of the grand 17th century church. Only the magnificent stone facades the remain today, standing against the jet. Macau is not defined solely by its past. Modern skyscraper, luxury resort, and an entertainment complex have transformed the city into one of the world's leading tourism destinations. At night, dazzling light reflect across the waterfront, creating a vibrant atmosphere. The contrast with the quiet charm of the historic district. Macau is the city of the contrast, where the history, modernity, East and West continue as sex's remarkable harmony. From this cultural crossroad, our journey now heads south to the tropical paradise and Hainan Island. Far to the south of the mainland China, where the warm waters of the South China Sea lie Hainan, the country's largest tropical island, known for its palm-lined beaches, lush rainforests, and year-round sunshine. Hainan offers a completely different experience from a mountain, desert, and the historic city from elsewhere in China. Beyond the beach, Hainan reveals a rich natural environment. Dense forests cover the island entirely, providing habitat for rare plants and wildlife. The island is also home to the several ethnic communities whose costume, music, and traditional contribute to Hainan's unique cultural identity. Festival, local craft, and distinctive cuisine reflect influences differ from those found in mainland Chinese cuisine. Chinese cuisine is one of the oldest, most diverse, and most influential culinary traditions in one of the world. Across a vast country, geography, climate, and history has shaped countless regional flavors, creating a remarkable variety of dishes. In Beijing, roasted Peking duck has become an iconic symbol of the imperial cuisine. In Xi'an, chiefs are celebrated for more bold flavor and the distinct heat of the chili pepper and Sichuan peppercorn. Meanwhile, Cantonese cuisine in South Korea emphasizes freshness, balance, and delicate preparation technique. Together, these traditions from cuisine that reflect the richness, diversity, and the enduring spirit of the Chinese civilization. China Festival. Throughout the year, China Festival bring the Asian traditions to life, connecting modern veneration with custom have endured thousands of years. Another beloved the celebration of the Lantern Festival, which marked the conclusion of the New Year Festival. Streets, temples glow thousand colorful lanterns, creating a magical sense across the city and village. The Mid-Autumn Festival equality is significant. Families gather to admire the full moon, share the moon cake, and celebrate unity gratitude. The festival modern celebration and the living tradition that preserve history, strengthens family bond, and reflects the cultural heart of the Chinese civilization. As the sun sets in this journey, one thing becomes clear. No signal journey can fully capture the riches of China, far beyond every mountain, every river, and every city skyline. Another story is waiting to be discovered, and perhaps one day that story will become part of your adventure. Thank you for traveling with us.